we speak to Elton Hart, who is an attorney affiliated with the University of Johannesburg, giving us some analysis. Elton, thank you so much for joining us, and compliments to you. Good morning.
Good morning, and good morning to the viewers.
So what do you make of the resumption of the case? I mean, yesterday we're hearing for the very first time that, it's being put forward, of course, that the murder of Senzo Meyiwa may have been premeditated, a contracted assassination or a hit. Your initial thoughts having heard that?
No, for me, it wasn't a surprise, because when the state called, and you would remember there was a guy called Zungu, who was a police officer, who said that he had some meeting with the 5 accused in Vosloorus. I knew already that this spin is going to come, that they say. But for me then is, if you say it's a contract killing and you're putting that narrative now on the table to say it's a contract killing, who gave the instruction? Is all the accused that is supposedly involved in the commission of the crime before court? And I maintain that the 5 or 7 people that was in the house on the night that Senzo Meyiwa was killed was supposed to be also in that accused box, and they would eliminate each other to say who was involved in what really happened to Senzo Meyiwa. Until that day happens, we might get a miscarriage of justice here.
Yeah, that's very, very concerning that you'd say that. Where then do you place the issue of what was once spoken about as that second docket, Elton?
No, obviously, if one looks at it, because there's already 2 dockets, and then the second docket, the people of interest there, it is the people that was in the house. Why did they not just take those 2 dockets and merge them into one? To say, okay, we now have the second investigation that's going. We don't open a new docket. We just join the new people of interest with the current 5 already. And they will come and tell the court as to how were they involved or not involved in the commission of the crime that happened on 26 October 2014. Up until that point, because now what will happen here, if these 5 accused for some odd reason is acquitted, the state will never be able to prove the other people of interest that they have in docket 375 to show that they had anything to do with the killing of Senzo Meyiwa. And I think here it's a lot of meddling, and on various levels that I suspect with this dockets, as to you see that police from the same police station or from the same South African police is doing 2 separate investigations. That can never happen. It's the first time that I see for one crime scene you have 2 dockets.
Yeah, and then of course, I mean, if you are outside the High Court in Pretoria, you'd see those protesters that certainly were there even towards the end of last year. A lot of them saying that the dragging out of this trial within a trial is an injustice in and of itself. I mean, what do you say about the scale and pace at which we're moving through this trial within a trial, that it analyzes just the admissibility of confessions? I mean, just looking at the pace of that, could we see this court case finding its conclusion in 2024?
Now, if I look at the pace at which we are going at, I don't think that we'll get when 26 October 2024 hits us, when it's exactly 10 years after the incident has happened. I don't think that we will be done with this case, because I suspect there might be another trial within a trial that's coming up pertaining to the tampering with the crime scene, specifically where they say that one of the neighbors actually cleaned the crime scene. So that will come. There might still be an issue pertaining to the ballistics, because the defense asked last year that they also be afforded the chance to actually call their own ballistic expert and consult with them, so that they can cross-examine the ballistics expert that was already on the stand. They also need to still bring back Meyiwa, who's also a forensic expert, to come and testify again and be cross-examined. So there might be still a lot of things. And my biggest question is, why was the state selective in only calling a certain amount of people that was in the house, which is Zandile Khumalo, Thokozisi Twala, and Tumelo Madlala? Why is Kelly Khumalo's mother, and that Twala boy that was also in the house not being called to come and testify as to what? Because they knew what happened. Why are they not being called to give us clarity and to give us the truth of what really transpired on that fateful night?
Yeah, I mean, one of the questions I asked to Griselda just moments ago was, of course, what she's hearing from the Meyiwa family. And you talk about the 26th of October, which will be 10 years exactly since Meyiwa's death. What is the advice that legal representative of the Senzo Meyiwa family should be giving to the family at this point, considering some of the issues that you've raised? I mean, we know that Advocate Gininda has been working very closely with the Meyiwa family. Any sort of recourse that they have to get answers, if at all, within this year?
No, obviously for the Meyiwa family, this is a miscarriage of justice in any way, because 10 years down the line, nothing has happened. They don't have closure as to what happened to their son. Obviously for them, it's a painful experience, because now, 10 years down the line, they still need to work with and actually find out what really happened. And obviously there's nothing that they can do at this point in time. They need to let the justice system run its course, because if you try and press this thing right, then the accused might go on appeal, say that their fair trial rights was violated and they were not given a fair trial, and take them and it even drag it out longer. We yesterday heard that Advocate Ngomezulu was already warning the court that they will bring an application for a special entry, which is under 317, to say that there is irregularities pertaining to how the judge is behaving currently in court. So that is already also thing, and that is also applications that's extensive that you bring to show why you want that special entry. So that can also delay the matter further. And then thereafter the defense has to present their case. So that can prolong the matter and even bring more agony for the family.
Goodness, yeah. Well, we'll be watching. And thank you so much for that analysis. We always do appreciate it. Attorney there, Elton Hart, speaking to us, and legal analyst.